Be me. It's about 2 a.m. I live in an apartment complex with a fence all around it. On the other side of the fence near the dumpster is a sketchy as fuck side road. I get up for a bit from watching TV to go to the kitchen. Trash can looking very full. Decide to take it out to the nearby dumpster. Get some sandals on and walk with the trash to the dumpster. I'm walking about 10 feet away from the fence when I feel something sharp hit my arm. I turn to my left and see nothing. Another sharp thing hits my chest. I look down where it fell. It's a pebble. Someone is throwing pebbles at me this late at night. I walk closer to the fence to see who it is. I can't see anybody. Another pebble hits me in the face. I'm starting to get annoyed now. I yell, "Who the fuck is throwing pebbles at me?" I'm right in front of the gate now. I see who it was now. A tall man, much taller than me. I'm about 6 feet 1 inch. He throws some more pebbles at me while I start calling out for him to come to the fence. He stands up. Turns out he was kneeling before. He is now taller than the telephone posts nearby. I drop the trash and run back to my apartment. Pebbles are still hitting me in the back while I'm running. I lock the door and then lock myself in the bathroom. I sleep in the tub that night. True story. Be me in grade 8 new school halfway through the year. Trying to make friends, going fine, meet this skinny kid with glasses. He's friendly, I chat to him a bit. Don't talk to Skinny much, but start seeing him around all the time. Ignore it at first, but Skinny starts joining our group during recess. Do my best to ignore it and continue making friends. Fast forward, I start to notice something strange. Whenever I walk from one group of friends to another, Skinny follows me. At first I think I'm imagining this. I've never spoken more than 3 sentences to him. Decide to test it out, tell my friends to walk back and forth between groups of my friends. Somehow Skinny is always there, peering at me with his shiny glasses. One day decide enough is enough, I'm going to confront him. Skinny, I don't know why you keep following me around, but it got to stop. What do you mean Anon? We're friends. I can scarcely believe my ears. No, we're not. He looks very hurt and walks away. I think that's the end of it and move on. Soon after this I hear something strange. Skinny has moved into the school hostel, where I stay. Go to bed thinking to myself, that's okay, I don't need to be friends with everyone here. Next morning walk down to breakfast, see shiny pair of glasses blinking from my table. Skinny. Decide I'll have to make peace with it but still refuse to talk to him. Monday, after a weekend at home, walk into my hostel room, spot something strange. There's a piece of blue paper next to my bed, the back of my homework torn off and on it scribbled a letter from Skinny. Calls me his friend, asks why I don't like him, says he hopes this can change and some other things I can't remember. This is getting weird, I tell my friends. We laugh it off, but whenever I see him I ignore him completely, and never mention letter. Fast forward, matric, last year in school. One day I'm wearing my favorite pair of pants, a colorfully patched hippie pants. Second part to follow. Be me. Be interested in magic and the occult since 19. Study and practice yoga and theologic basics. Doesn't quite take as I entered in and out of dead-end relationships. 24. Take a bong hit of some crazy orange-red weed. Hear a woman's voice telling me I'm supposed to be Hindu, being told I am now in 11. After conversing, apologizing, crying, and being told we live in a computer made by Indians, the voice introduces me to one of their gods. Satan. He looks akin to the Baphomet, appears sitting on my bed and offers me the blood of the child, the magician, in a large goblet. I resist, but Satan puts the goblet up to my lips and it goes down my throat. A man appears looking like the cover for Bottomless Pit, telling me I've betrayed my God, born Anglican. Be compassed in my gut by a serpent by the name of Pate, who I later thought to be Ka Ernson. Gain clairvoyance, remote viewing, telepathy, which works like a network of other telepaths, manipulation of others' wills, the ability to possess people and become possessed, aura readings, started binding and returning Goetic demons to the earth. Can astrally project as well as manifest hallucinatory tools, knife, wand, pentagrams, etc. Everything's going gravy until my roommate hides a pile of oil turds in the closet. I don't know what it is and am gagging constantly, rush out of the house and ask the people at the local clinic to call poison control. The cops come to my house. They say they don't smell anything and take me to the psych ward. For some godforsaken reason, I tell them about my experiences in the past 6 months. 26. On antipsychotics from the 1950s, powers depleted, no longer able to hallucinate magic-y. But I have a GF and a full-time job again. Anyone of experiences like this, will be posting more tidbits of my experience in the occult as the night goes on. Be me, 19. Driving around with druggy friend and his schizophrenic brother in the back seat. I'll call him Robbie. Radio in my car barely ever works, but sometimes we are able to jam for at least 5 minutes. Robbie starts doing his laugh he does. Tells us to smoke some crack with him. He's got no crack, just holding his hand out like he's holding a crack pipe. Decide to play into it. Okay, you smoke first, Robbie. He lights it with an imaginary lighter. Inhales and exhales just like if he really was smoking crack. Hands me the imaginary pipe. I take it. He says don't forget the lighter, so I grabbed it too. Do it exactly the way we did it, as if I really were smoking crack. Right as I fucking exhale, the radio starts working. Robbie laughs his laugh and says alright, now play Tech 9 Okay, Robbie. Radio's worked fine ever since. Robbie isn't a schizo, he's a fucking shaman. Be me in middle school. Dabbled in the occult. Used to be friends with a popular kid. One day during group circle he said that his cousin in Texas mom said that he found him hanging in his bedroom and started sobbing. I went over to hug him. Later I walked in on him talking about this kid with friends and a teacher. I asked him how old the kid was. I assumed that he was a teenager. He described him as 10 years old, autistic, and the happiest kid he ever knew. I invoked a demon known as Samigina or Gamigan who summons the souls of dead men who died in sin. This demon appears as a horse with raspy breath, and I heard clomping and heavy breathing. That night I had a dream where a bloody doll was walking around. Suddenly, a noose appeared from the ceiling and hung the doll. More blood spattered the doll. It said touch me friends in a high-pitched voice and some meaningless gibberish in another voice like hey miss, I'm Mama June. At some point in the dream I remember that I was standing in a river full of dead frogs. Wake up. That's all really, but still freaks me out to this day. Anon who can interpret dreams. I seriously need your help. Be me. Walk on a third world street. Early day around 12 p.m. to 11 a.m. Cute and small black-brown snake with a cream front torso crawling on my arm. Pet it a little and leave it there, in my left arm. Out of nowhere a golden and silver lions walking on my sides. Silver on the right. Golden on my left. Fast forward him in front of a board with 2 pictures of horsemen. The snake is still on my arm. I have to choose one. Pick the picture on my left and say justice. Normal dream continue but without the snake and everything. What happened here ends. Be me. Dad is sole caretaker. Dad doesn't give a shit about vaccines. Isn't anti-vax, just is cheap and doesn't want to put any effort into kid shit my entire upbringing. Long story short, it's very likely I've never been vaccinated. Be 26 years old, still live at home due to complicated reasons. Naturally developed friendships with a bunch of autists. Relate to some autistic shit, but don't think anything of it. Some autistic traits are low-key, normal things. My autistic homies start telling me I seem really autistic. Over time it starts to make sense and I come to terms with it. Then I start thinking. I'm autistic, but I've never been vaccinated. Checkmate, anti-vaxxers? Be me. Recently. Load up /x/. Loaded up random thread. Appears to be random bots speaking gibberish in thread. Play along. Realize it's code, not gibberish. Talk in their cryptic bullshit. MFW and I find a cult on /x/ and am invited to their Discord. Call out the fact that you can use Wireshark to trace IPs on Discord servers. Given a picture of an angular fish as an acknowledgement of this fact, and sent the link to their real chat on an anonymous chatting app. What do I do /x/? Be me. Try the ladder experiment. I encounter ladders pretty often due to work. Other NNs in my situation have done it with a Lego brick or a bird feather. Decide to do bird feather instead. Took a stroll in the countryside today with genuine intent to just get some sun. End up by pure coincidence in a place where there's a wooden ladder going up a tree. Welp.jpg. Climb it. Sit on the tree branches for a while. On the path back home I find a grayish-black bird feather on the ground.